Hey, I'm Dina Blizzard, and you're watching One Funny Morning. Welcome to One Funny Morning Show.
From Monday to Friday.
And sometimes on Saturday.
Why would you say that in front of all these people?
You never know what's gonna happen.
Carmen!
Cortez.
Good morning, everybody.
What's outside your weather drawer?
Good morning! Uppy, everybody. Hey, everybody. I'm Dina Blizzard. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It is One Funny Morning with Dina Blizzard. It is a special Saturday edition of One Funny Morning. I know this very rarely happens, except when we have the opportunities to have some amazing, funny, talented people on our show. And we are lucky enough to have some super wonderful comedy clubs in the area. And we are always trying to give you some great insights into wonderful comedians that you can find if you are in the local Philadelphia area, or perhaps you can catch them as they make their rounds into different cities around the country. So it's Saturday. I know it's weird if you're seeing my face. You're like, am I supposed to be at work? Because we're normally not on the weekend. But coming to town, we had Jay Moore on last night. He has a punchline tonight. However, also in Philadelphia this weekend is the very funny Adam Ferrara. And, the dogs are going to bark, so I don't want to introduce. I'm sure this happens on the Tonight Show all the time. We just had breakfast. Can you put that on a plate and make it look like, don't let Adam see that it came in those containers, and make it look like you worked on it. Okay. I'm in charge of breakfast too, so I ordered it. So let me welcome to our show our guest for today. Super excited. Here we go. Our guest today is Adam Ferrara. He is an actor, comedian, and host who entertained it weekly, dubbed hilarious. For 6 seasons, Adam co-hosted the critically acclaimed BBC sensation Top Gear US. He proudly played Chief Needles Nelson on the Emmy-nominated FX drama Rescue Me. He co-starred with Emmy Award winner Edie Falco on Showtime's hit series Nurse Jackie. He's also co-starred alongside Kevin James in the hit movie Paul Blart Mall Cop and Definitely Maybe with Ryan Reynolds. Also starred on the CBS show Why Women Kill, which was awesome, with Jennifer Goodwin and Lucy Liu. There's 10 more things you can say on here. He's not going to let me read. The Good Fight, Criminal Minds, Kevin Conway, King of Queens, Law and Order, countless other Tonight Show appearances, 5 specials, 6 albums. It's Scary in Here debuted #1 on iTunes. His album Unconditional was in Tara Banks' People's Choice Album of the Year. Please welcome to the show, Adam Ferrara.
All right.
There it is. In the kitchen. Here, I'll scoot you a little.
Good to see you. What do we got to do? We do it this way?
So, yeah, we do it this way. So welcome to the kitchen.
You know what I just realized?
Tell me.
I don't have a good side.
You do have a good side. No, turn around.
See
what I did there? So we had a little hiccup with Adam this morning, and I had to apologize for 20 minutes because we picked him up late.
She's right. She has a lot of guilt.
I have a lot of guilt,
fine.
A lot of Italian guilt this morning.
You too?
But I did make you breakfast.
You did. Well, you got breakfast.
I made the call that brought the breakfast here. And
Did you cook?
I made the child that went and picked it up. So I did make a lot of stuff that was around your breakfast.
Okay. I'll take that. I made the child that brought the breakfast into this world.
And I feel like that's a bigger commitment that I made for you.
You know what? If you think about it.
Tell me.
Yeah.
It is.
I think because if men got pregnant, humanity would stop.
It would be done.
Yeah.
It would be one generation. Yeah. Another guest in the kitchen. It is Saturday. Yes, today is Saturday. So tonight you are at Helium.
On Sampson Street. 2 shows tonight, I think 7:30 and 10. Love Philly. I like coming down here. Yeah, nice. It's like, because
what's your favorite memory of Philly? You've been here like a bunch of times.
We played the Tower Theater. We did the Rescue Me comedy show at the Tower Theater.
Oh, nice.
And the Tower Theater it's got all that history.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a lot of fun. to do that. So it was me, Dennis Leary, Lenny Clark, and a band. And it was just it was one of those things. I drove down with Dennis, and this was so cool because we got a police escort on the way home to get us back to the highway.
Really?
So I rented look at that.
Look what I made for you.
Yes. Actually, you made the daughter.
I made the daughter. Do you have my potatoes? Or? Yeah, those are mine. You can just give me that in the plastic container. I like that you put Adam's on really pretty. Look at this. These potatoes are the best. I love that you got a fork and I got my fingers. Good. Okay, good.
You want the fork? So
tell me.
We finished the show. It was great. The energy's coming.
We have napkins.
And they loaded us into the loading bay. So I'm in this. I rented a Jeep. Or I had an SUV. I forget what it was.
Okay.
I'm here. I'm driving. Dennis is here, and the cops. And it's the first time I'm like, they're not chasing me.
You're like the Pope.
They're helping me. Yeah. And we got a police escort, and we flew all the way to the highway. So yeah, that was really fun.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's cool.
So I have like 100 things to ask you because your resume is so fabulous and has so much variety. But the most recent thing that I love that you did was Why Women Kill.
That was fun.
It was awesome.
That was
Jennifer Goodwin, Lucy Liu. Who is the actress that played your wife?
Alicia Coppola.
Oh my gosh.
She was great. It was written by Mark Cherry, who did Desperate Housewives.
Yeah. And you could tell too that it just has like a cheeky, fun murder to it. I am going to ask him about my car dilemma. Actually, when I was looking at all his Top Gear clips, my car died. Okay. We'll get into it later because your stuff is more important, but I have to buy a new car. But what was like what I don't like.
Okay, so Why Women Kill? For those of you who didn't know the show,
fill them in.
It was about this big mansion, and it went through different decades. Yeah. So it was the 60s, the 80s, and present day.
Yeah. The 80s was the best. The decor.
Yeah, they all that rubber jewelry stuff. I was in the 60s, which I like better because I get the gig, right? They put me in wardrobe. They put this pork pie hat on me.
I loved it.
Right. I take a picture. I send it to my mother. I go, Ma, who do I look like? You look just like your Uncle Tony. Perfect. I know how to play this guy.
It's so funny.
So we shoot the scene, and I went up to the prop master because I had a scene where I got to drive up in the car, and I'm thinking because I love cars, I'm like, I need a '61 Caddy coupe to build. Here's why.
You could ask.
I could. You could ask. You ain't getting it. I thought
you got it.
I got a Buick Vista wagon. That was it. Like, we already got it. We don't know who you are. Drive this and
Please go learn your lines.
Yeah. So that was it. So yeah, but that was a fun show to do, and we shot. You know whose house we shot in? No. I don't either. But across the house, across the street, was Danny Elfman, the composer, and Bridget Fonda.
I love that.
Because it was shot in Hancock Park.
Wow.
And I always make friends with the Teamsters because Teamsters pick you up and they drive, and they know everything, the Teamsters. And I grew up in construction.
Can you explain what a Teamster is? Because I feel like you and I know what it is because we're in like the East Coast, but I don't think that's like a universal word.
It's a union. The people in the union. And the Teamsters on a movie set, they drive, there's the dog.
Yeah, Lulu.
And the teacher on it. Yes, I love you.
Okay.
And the teachers and the Teamsters on a union set, they drive you back and forth in the van. Good producers on a good production, they're going to spend the money to have transportation because you don't count on actors to pick you up. We're idiots, So they send you to they send vans to pick you up. So I was sitting in the front seat and just talking with the Teamsters, and he was telling me because they know Hancock Park in LA is where all rich people live. So it's mansions and stuff. You see that house over there? Yeah, that was Muhammad Ali's house. So he's taking me all around, showing me all this stuff.
Wow.
Our holding area where they hold all the was Lou Rawls's house. Remember Lou? You'll never find another love like mine. Yeah. So
do you just walk around and just like all this?
Yes, I'm still amazed.
I was going to say because to me you are in that group. I'm like,
I'm still amazed by all this stuff.
It's got to be so amazing.
I do all this. You this in our business, we get to do this stuff, and you try and be cool, but I'm not. I'm with my fingers on TV right now.
I was gonna say, like, are there moments where you just kind of look around and be like, "How did I get here? This is so crazy." Like, what's a moment that you can remember that stands out? You're like, "This is so crazy right now."
There's a bunch of them, but I was driving a non-diesel, a non-turbo diesel Chevy pickup up a volcano in Iceland for Top Gear.
Wow.
And I went, I never thought I'd be doing this.
That's amazing. Now, how many seasons did you do of Top Gear?
6.
And I heard you talking on another broadcast. You were saying it's in 22 different languages or something.
Yeah, we're very big in South America. So they dubbed my voice, and apparently my voice in South America is like this. We've got different on it.
I was gonna say, are you sexier with a different accent?
No, I don't even get like we dance.
It's not the
Come
sexy
to
guy.
me. I will make love to you. It will be so intense. You will scream out the names of
You
men you
just-
have not met yet.
You just sound like a murderer or something.
Yeah, I just sound like. So,
I was gonna say, so you're married.
Yeah.
Your wife's Alex, right?
Mhm.
Like when Alex hears you in different like
she
accents,
just laughs. She just laughs.
She like, hey, can you try that
She
accent?
points.
later?"
She laughs. And she points it out to me. I'm like, yeah, all right. The check cleared. Keep laughing.
Yeah.
So
And does she think you're funny?
yeah,
She must,
she
right?
does. Yeah, she thinks I'm funny, and she loves me, but I bother her, and that's a direct quote. I love you.
Well, it's so
but
funny
you bother me.
because I saw one of your clips on, I think it was Instagram,
Right.
And you talk about it. I love when you talk about her, but you said that she said you're a lot,
Yeah, I'm not.
and that's not mean. It's just like
Yeah, it's more obvious. Apparently, I'm a lot. She does. You're a lot, just all the time. There's so much energy coming at me, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I live here, honey. I wish there was something we can do.
I wish there was another place I could go.
I wish, but here's the and she's not wrong.
Yeah,
I bother me
yeah,
But-
yeah.
because I travel. Our job.
Yeah.
We travel
I was
so
gonna
much.
say you're gone a lot, so I feel
Yeah.
like you're like maybe a lot when you're there, but then
Yeah.
like less.
You got it. When I come home from the road, you still got road energy.
Yeah.
It's like buying a new fish. Puts me in a bag. I got to float in the
Yeah,
tank
just-
to acclimate to the
Yeah,
tank.
you're just like
Because
mhm.
she's got the dogs. There's a flow of the house. And then here I
and
come
you
in.
interrupt the flow.
Yeah, like he's here.
She had a
again.
good thing, and then you
Yeah.
show back up.
God.
Yeah,
You know,
Mhm.
I just want to sit around. I want to watch some period piece with women with big hats.
Yes, we love that.
Why?
I just watched Alexander on Netflix. Have you seen it?
Which one is that?
It's Alexander the Great. And here's what they did. I didn't tell everybody about this, but you should be watching this on Netflix. So at the beginning of it, it's like this archaeologist, and she
Okay.
is in Alexandria, modern day Alexandria, and she's
Right.
doing archaeological dig to get down to the level of the ground. So they're digging until they find the original streets of Alexandria where Alexander walked, right? So you're like, oh, this is going to be like the History Channel. Next thing you know,
Right.
it turns into a docu-series with a lot of sex in it, and then dirty stuff, and then history,
Oh, let's
and then
back up.
fighting, and then all of a sudden you're back at an archaeological dig, and you're like, this is a lot. But it's awesome because it's like all true. Like, listen, did you ever
Yeah.
watch some of the series on Netflix?
Mhm.
And you're like, man, if they taught history like this when we were in high school
Right.
with like some dirty parts to it, I'd be like, I would know so much more about history.
Here's what I want to know.
I call it historical porn.
what's the
If
dirty
they
part
had
you're talking
historical porn, didn't you ever watch like some of those? Like there was one called The Tudors.
about? The Tudors.
So good, historical
Is
porn.
that is Tudor a euphemism?
No, it's not. It's about the story of like the Tudor dynasty.
Oh,
And it's true. And so you watch it and it's like dirty, but like historical.
you keep
and then
going
you
back
Google,
to dirty.
I really like historical
What's historical porn to you?
Historical porn is it's a real story. So like you're watching it, it's got dirty parts and just
That's what I get. What again? The historical porn. Like,
yeah. But then you
This is-
Google
we
like
call-
this really happened, not the dirty part. I mean, I'm sure it did, but like, and then he conquered this country.
okay.
Am I the only one that's watching?
I just don't know what historical.
porn?
This is called Pearl Harbor. Stay still.
It's not. the
It's a
same.
sneak attack.
You can't. Yes, if there was a historical porn channel, number
Kamikaze!
one, the kids would know a lot more.
Yes.
And it shouldn't be for kids, but yeah.
What's the one with Christine Baranski and the lady from Sex and the City? Miranda, that lady. She's watching that one. They all wear big hats. They sit around. They drink tea.
I don't know which one it is.
And they're just bitchy to each other.
Oh, that sounds like
she's
modern
watching now.
day.
I don't know what that
Yeah,
is.
no.
So she's watching that.
Historical romance. Oh, you watching a different show? No.
Who says
My shows are
I
better.
can't see what?
Yeah. So you got to squint right
Rebecca.
here. Historical romance. Oh, historical porn equals Bridgerton. Thank you.
What's
but that's
Bridgerton?
Not real.
Is that the one with Christine Baranski? Bridgerton?
It might be.
Yeah.
But that's not historically accurate. Like historical.
I want historical porn, but I want it to be factually correct.
Just mean. Well, like, did you ever see The Great?
No.
It's
Marie
stars,
Antoinette lost her head.
It stars Elle Fanning. It is an amazing show, and it's very satirical.
Like Catherine the Great.
Yes.
Who plays the horse?
Okay.
All right.
Elle Fanning is amazing. The show is amazing. But it's historically accurate. Like, did this happen? Again, not the dirty. You don't Google the dirty parts. You just Google, like, did she really take over this country? You don't know. You don't watch any of that?
Historical porn? No.
I'm telling you, watch. Netflix is going to have a new category called historical
you
porn
just
now.
putting stuff to get historical porn. I like spiritual violence. Don't judge other people. Just kick them.
I'm just saying, these are other options.
Okay.
How did we get here?
I came for breakfast. I don't know how we got. I came for breakfast. I had a dog who likes me.
Yes. So we were talking about your wife.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how we started.
I love my wife.
Mm.
So meet my wife. My father loved my wife. My father passed me. You lost your dad. I'm sorry. Baby.
Yeah. Thanks.
I lost my dad too. My father loved my wife.
Mm.
Oh, so I'm taking my dad to chemo, and I brought my laptop. I said, we're going to watch movies that you like. I'm going to sit with my pop.
Historical porn?
Okay.
Nah,
he's
not that guy.
Historical.
Okay. All right.
He likes Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh, I love Smokey and the Bandit.
So I was playing. I was sitting with him, and I leaned over. I said, Pop, I'm going to marry Alex. He's like, if you don't, I will. Yeah. And don't listen to your mother. She's plenty good enough for you. So, yeah.
That's so nice.
Oh, yeah.
I love what you said, too, because I saw one of your clips, and you said, do you ever see a couple where the girl is beautiful, and then there's the guy, and you're like, how did that guy
get that girl? I'm that guy.
And you're that guy.
She's beautiful. Right? And I know she loves me because there's no money. There's basic cable money.
That's it.
But there's no, I'll stay still for this because we have a villa.
Yeah, no, there's
no villa money.
That's not happening.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
But and here's the thing I figured out about my marriage is I'm crazy. I'm sure you guys have figured
You're a
that
lot.
out. Yeah.
I'm picking it up.
You're a lot.
I'm picking it up.
And my wife is crazy too.
Mm-hmm. I like that. We all are. Just so you know, I don't want you to think it's just her. We all are.
But the key that I figured out is we can't be crazy at the same time.
That's true.
Got to recognize each other's crazy.
Yeah. Be like, it's your day.
Yeah.
You're going to take today.
Yeah.
I'll just move to tomorrow. I'll defer.
Yeah, I'll defer. I came home. She likes to feed her birds. She's in the backyard. There's no birds in the sky. She's crying. What's the matter? Amazon sent us poison bird seed. They're trying to clear the skies for those damn delivery drones. It's your turn. It's your turn.
It's your turn. Take today.
Yeah, I was going to come home, bitch about the price of gas, maybe punch the refrigerator. I'll reschedule because you need me now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, she's beautiful, my wife. Actually, she's really, really beautiful. And so we're married. We got the two dogs. We talk about the dogs. We have the two dogs. So we come. What's she doing now?
Sometimes he carries things around the house. He's fine.
He's all right?
Yeah, he's fine.
Don't worry and everything. All right. How long? I'm sorry. My ADD is
He's 14 years old.
14?
Yeah.
What is that in dog years?
A lot. Like 204.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. And he eats mostly poop. We try to just not get, like, you don't want to get close enough where you could smell him.
All right.
And so my mom, here's my mom yesterday. My mom's like, this poor dog, he can barely walk. He's eating the poop. Maybe you should think about putting him down. I go, you better watch what you say, because whatever rules you apply to him will apply to you.
Yeah.
And just keep it in mind.
That's you know what?
You're like, my hip is hurting and you have some stinky breath. It's time, Diana. You can really watch what you say. Old people should really watch, what level you start putting importance at.
That's the one thing as life moves. When does the wisdom show up?
I don't know. I said, I'm hoping it comes with this. I'm like a little bit.
I'm the same idiot I always was, but now my knees hurt. That's all I can figure out what the change.
You don't feel smarter?
No, I don't. You?
Let me ask you this. So how long have you been a stand-up?
July 13th, 1988. Wednesday
don't make
night,
me do math.
East
What is
Side
it?
Comedy.
88 is 12.
A long friggin' time.
Plus 24, 36 years.
36 years. Yeah. It could just be a phase. My mother thinks
So you're not really committed to it.
no.
So like when you look at yourself so Dean is a young comic. Like when you think about where you are now, like what advice would you what advice would you give to your younger comedian self? Yeah. Look at Joey. Oh, Joey.
What happened?
You know Joey Cola? Joey Cola
Yes,
was
is he here?
No, he was here yesterday. That's who I thought it was, but it's my friend Joey.
Yeah, Joey's a sweetheart. What about write what you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, write what you know. And there's no great cleansing in success.
Yeah.
There's no, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? Bullshit. It's the same thing. Here's success. I do everything a young comic does. I just do it quicker. That's all it is. I know, well, that joke's not working. Let it go.
Yeah.
Don't keep, that's it. You just do it quicker. And realize what you want to say and how you want to say it. And then once you write it, that's it. Whatever happens after that, you're entitled to your work. The results of your work, don't get caught up in the results of it because you'll go crazy. You can do this thing. And then when it comes back to you, reassess how it comes back to you. But you have no control over how it will be received. Does that make sense?
I don't know. That was pretty wise. I don't know. I think it
know.
just happened. If you were wondering, that felt pretty wise.
That's not wise at all. I'm just hungry.
I just want to eat these potatoes.
Not judgment.
So okay, let me tell you. So I just watched a clip of you and Edie Falco. It was you talking about Frank on Nurse Jackie, which was an amazing show. But like, Edie Falco is
Sweetheart.
iconic, right?
Yeah,
like, what is it like when you know you're going to be playing opposite Edie Falco? Like, do you get weird?
All right, I'll tell
was
you
it
the story.
weird?
I'm doing Top Gear, right? And I was gone for 2 weeks. We were shooting. I think I was in Cuba. I don't know. We were shooting for 2 weeks, so I was gone for a while.
Okay.
So I called my wife. I miss my wife. If I don't smell my wife's hair at least once a week, shit gets broken. I need it. She's got to calm the big monkey down.
I don't want to talk about your big monkey.
So I can thank you. Historically, it's a historical monkey. You see it. Honey, I need to smell your hair. Why? Because I'm swatting airplanes. I'm swatting airplanes.
With my monkey.
With my monkey.
There it is.
So I called her up and said, honey, I'm coming home.
Okay.
Pants-free weekend. Me, you, the dogs. Nobody wears pants.
Pants-free weekend.
Let the chips fall away.
I'm going to start a pants-free weekend, but I don't think the kids are going to like it.
Right. So we're home. It's Friday. Take a shower, walking around. No pants.
No pants.
Phone rings. It's Peter, my manager.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And I pick it up and I went, no. He said, shut up and listen to me. Okay, I click. I go walk upstairs. There's my wife. She sees my face. She goes, what? I said, they want me to fly to New York and they want me to read with Edie Falco. And my wife looked at me and said, put your pants on. Put my pants on. I walk to the door. They send the car to pick me up. I got to be on a plane that night. And she looks at me. She goes, go get this job. And I went, all right. And I remember that on the plane. I remember that on the plane. It was like, it was like the princess just tying her handkerchief on the knight's sword. And you go, get up. Where's my horse? Where is my horse? So I went, I walked in, I met Edie. And it's not like LA. It's New York is just a bunch of people walking around. And we read the first scene.
With her, you were.
It was just me and her. I didn't read it with anybody else. I walked in. It was just me and her. And because I think one of the director knew me from Rescue Me and everything. So I read with her on Monday. Wednesday, I get the gig. Tuesday, Wednesday, we're shooting. And I was supposed to do 6 episodes. I did 2 years with her. She was great. Just so good. And you become such a good actor. All right, listen. You become such a good actor. I did because Rescue Me was, if you've never seen the show, it's a fireman show. And I played the young chief because after 9/11, all the guys died. So guys like me got elevated to authority positions before they were ready. So that was what my character did. And it was a guy show. It was a male show. I was playing my father. That's what I was doing. So I was yelling when I had to yell. When I really got mad, I said nothing because my father was one of those old Italian guys. When he's mad, he said he has the look.
The look. I know the look.
Not only did you know you were in trouble, but all the plants would die. He would just give me the look. But when I got the job with Edie, I had to be elevated as an actor because I had to be more vulnerable with a woman rather than screaming with a guy. Because Rescue Me was just about control, loss, control, confusion. This was like, oh, shit, I got to feel shit.
Yeah.
And I remember once when I had to apologize, you had to go really deep. I had to apologize to her. And that was hard because you got to go, you got to admit you're wrong. I don't know. Guys don't like to do that.
Yeah.
So that, I remember that scene was hard. And the other thing I noticed about acting is, for me, is I've had to cry twice on TV. Well,
I don't know that I could.
You can. Here's what happens to me. Is I had FBI. I played the father of a kid that was abducted. 8 o'clock in the morning. 8 o'clock in the morning, I got to do this scene where I got to burst into tears in the FBI office. And when you're the guest star, you're first up because the regular stars are just like, I'm not acting.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
So they shoot your coverage first. 8 o'clock in the morning, I got to cry. So I had to do that. So I can get to where I can get to emotionally. It's coming back.
Really?
It's putting myself back together. Yeah. Because once I open up that door, like my nervous system is like Chaz Palminteri. Like, now you can't leave. Now you can't. See only shit you shove down here? Huh? Now it's all going to come out.
And it's not going back in
it
the
ain't
jar.
Going back in. So
you have to get yourself back together.
Yeah, it's putting myself back together. And I was twitchy when I came home. And my wife was just like this. Okay. Olivier, you want to put your shit together?
I have to say, though, because it does seem like you definitely were between Rescue Me and Top Gear.
Yeah.
It's like they're very manly shows, right? Like I feel like you were probably more popular with fellas than you were with women at the time, right? But then
story of my life.
Right. Then you start to get into Nurse Jackie, which was totally a chick show. Oh, there's Joey Cola right there.
Hey, man!
You want to hear a story how Joey
I
bailed
would
me
love
out of
to
jail?
hear. He bailed you out of jail?
He did. He's a sweet man.
Why were you in jail?
All right, Joey, I'm going to tell the
This is for
story.
you, Joey.
Joey Cola, who's here, very funny comic.
Awesome.
Follow him on social media.
He's the nicest guy as well in the
He
whole
will
world.
make you laugh.
Yes.
And a sweet man. So we're coming home from a gig in New York. I'm driving home, and I got a busted headlight.
Okay.
I know it's busted. Right? So we're driving home after the gig. Beep! Get pulled over. I'm like, shit. Joey's like,
What's the matter?
I said, I got a busted headlight. Go,
All right, I'll tell you. My brother's on a job. My brother's a cop. I'll handle this. Let me talk to him. Don't you worry. Just keep your mouth shut. You're with me.
all right, Joey.
Okay, do it.
Roll down the window. License registration.
Officer? Officer, hi. My name is Joey Cola. My brother's on the job. A big friend of the police department. We do a lot of benefits for them. We understand that we have a busted headlight. We're comedians coming home. But I want you to know that we've been friends for years. We understand the situation, and we will fix this.
And the cop is like, oh, okay, fine. Let me just run your license. He runs my license, comes back. He goes, there's a warrant for your arrest, Mr. Ferrara. Please step out of the car. And Joey's like,
Hey, I just met this guy. He's just giving me a ride to a gig. I have children.
I don't even really know him.
I have children. I keep a garden. I grow mint. I have basil.
Why was there a warrant for your arrest?
they don't know. There's a bench warrant. Get in the car. And so I got to get in the car. So they handcuffed me. I'm in the back of the car. And the cop goes to Joey, you got to drive his car back to the station. It's upstate New York. It's a little town. You got to drive his car back to the station. Joey can't drive a shift.
No.
Yeah. So I'm in the back of the car. Joey's behind me with the one headlight in first gear the whole time. I smell my clutch burning, and the one headlight's going. That's all I see in the back. So I'm like, I'm going to jail. I don't know why. My car's gonna be a mess.
Done.
And Joey's not gonna.
I gotta go to confession. I gotta tell God this was not my fault.
So they handcuff me. I'm handcuffed to the bench, and still don't know why. Bench warrant, and there's the entrance to the police station is here. There's a bulletin board here. There's a desk here, and I'm around the corner. Joey can't see me.
Okay.
All right, but I'm handcuffed to the desk. I can hear him. There's other cops there. We can hear him.
Yeah.
So Joey comes in. There's nobody at the desk, and Joey is talking to himself. Joey's like,
Hello. I was just in the car with some guy. And I'm here. I was told to report here. I drove the car back.
And now he starts reading the bulletin board. It's upstate New York.
So, can someone come help me, please? Oh, look at that. The Algonquin. That seems like a nice hotel.
He's like my mother reading road signs out loud for no reason.
Look at the Algonquin Hotel. They have a summer dance. That should be nice for the. Look at these outdoor activities canoes. You can go in a canoe. Rappelling. You can go What's rappelling? I've never heard of rappelling.
The cops had enough now.
Yeah. They're like, we're going to arrest you, sir. We're going to let him go.
Cop screams out, "That's rappelling! You can rappel!" Rappelling. Turns out that comes out. What had happened was, I had an apartment there in downtown Huntington, Long Island.
Okay.
It was with Kevin James.
Okay, yeah.
We lived together, right? So we moved, and I moved my bank. I got a speeding ticket. I paid the ticket.
Okay.
I mailed it in, moved the bank, check bounced because the account was closed before the state gets a check. Click. $75. So they pay the $75. Joey pays the $75 for me, right? Bails me out of jail. And the cop goes, "Well, my license is suspended now that I've been arrested." He's okay. You're released, but you can't drive home.
No.
He's got to drive home. So we got to drive home from upstate New York. So Joey's driving the car. We go around the corner. So I pull over. I'll drive.
No way, man! If we get pulled over again, I can't do time.
I'm like, this ain't a felony. I'm trying to save my clutch.
I can't. I'm not comfortable.
So Joey's driving home.
Okay.
He still can't. He didn't learn to drive a shift while I
Right,
was
while
in the
he
lockup.
was learning about rappelling.
We're going over the bridge, and he's stepping on the clutch, and I'm shifting the gears, and I'm going, "Clutch! Clutch!"
Joey's like, all true. He's not even trying to defend himself. It's like everything is historically accurate.
That's a famous story of Mr.
Wow.
Joey Cola. By the way, Joey Cola's last name is Joey Cola, sweetest man alive.
He is.
Yeah.
He is honestly one of the most awesome people you'll ever meet, and so
Joey
kind.
is Joey. You still doing the Sopranos? It's a great thing, Joey. So he hosts Talking Sopranos with Michael Imperioli and Steve Sharif.
He does.
Great show.
Is it online or is it like
live,
a show?
Tours.
Oh, it's live. Joey,
tours.
tell us where we can tell people to go find it if there's a website.
And Joey's
so funny.
Great comic. Go and see him. If you think the impression's funny, wait till you see Joey.
We named our son Adam because of you. That's BS, right?
Look at that. What? No. Thank
so?
you. Thank you.
Oh, is the middle name Dina?
Much.
Joey? Is his name Adam
Yeah.
Dina? Because I'm sitting right next
Look
to him
at
and
Dina.
it's uncomfortable.
What a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
They had a rich uncle named Adam. They did it so that he would get money in the will.
They did.
No.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the Sopranos show was great. I had those guys on my podcast too. I had Michael Imperioli.
Yeah.
And I didn't know this. He's a Buddhist in the Tibetan tradition. We talked about meditation for 20 minutes.
That's awesome.
And we both sound like this. We both meditate. There's no sustained peace in the world of form, you asshole. Breathe.
So your podcast is your podcast is okay. In conversation with the Sopranos, Montclair in April. Is there a website, Joey? Tell me the website. So your podcast, fairly new, right?
Yes.
And getting rave reviews. What it's called, this is a waste of 30 minutes?
The Adam Ferrara podcast, 30 minutes you'll never get back.
That's it.
Yeah.
So make sure you check that out as well.
Joey Cola has been on.
Has he? I saw Joey. You had Lisa Lampanelli. You had
Nathan Lane.
Kevin James.
Kevin.
Nathan Lane?
Yeah, he was great. I had done a movie with Andrea Martin.
Wow.
Andrea Martin played my mother. So first of all, Andrea Martin, sweet. This is what kind of ego I got. I get offered the movie. My manager called me. They're offering this movie. I said, "Oh, great!" And they go, "Yeah, it's with Emma Roberts." I go, "I'll take it."
Yeah.
So I'm like, I still got it.
Can you just move this way a second? Hold on. Go that way. What is Dean doing? He's decided to sweep the rug.
What?
He's decided. You feel like right now is the time to sweep the rug?
All the stuffing out of this.
Okay. Dean was like, listen, this could be the Tonight Show. And Dean's like, I think it's time to mop.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go. Oh, it's called TalkingSopranos.com, April 7. So check it out. And really, mostly to meet Joey Cola.
And after that, go check my tour dates. I'm here. I'm up early.
He was. He waited an hour.
I'm up early. I'm here. I'm plugging my stuff. Go see Joy. See me first.
See him first.
Come see me first.
If you have time left over, then Joe.
I'm on Long Island next weekend. I'm at Governor's next weekend, and I got a couple of theaters in Virginia. AdamFerrara.com. Go to my tour dates. Come see me. I'll make you happy. And then go see Joe.
And then you can
come see me first.
So
he's home in his underwear going,
I can get people in the seats here.
So I was saying before we went on our Joey tangent, which happens on every show, and I love it, is that I love it. Is that your shows started out being very like man heavy, but then you do Nurse Jackie, which is very chick heavy and an awesome show.
Yeah.
And then you do Why Women Kill.
Yeah.
And I really feel like, and I don't know, I mean, do you watch yourself on camera a lot? You can't.
I'll tell you a story.
Yeah.
So I get my first movie, my first big studio movie was with Ryan Reynolds. Definitely Maybe was the name of the movie. So I get the movie and I go at the Ziegfeld, the premieres at the Ziegfeld in New York.
Wow.
This big red carpet, the whole thing.
Wow.
I'm like, wow, my wife looks beautiful. Go to Getty Images. You're gonna look at my wife and you're gonna realize, you're gonna think to yourself, like, this kid's got to be hung like a jury. That's the only reason he gets it.
And he seems like a lot.
Yeah,
just from the pictures.
He's a lot. So you do the red carpet. We sit down. And the first time you see me on screen is a 2-shot. Okay. Ryan Reynolds is this way, and that's a handsome man. He's so handsome. I don't care where your mail is delivered. Ryan Reynolds is a handsome man. So he's this way, and I'm coming in. This way, so it's a 2-shot, and my mole looks like a ring ding. It's up on the big. It's on the big screen, and I'm sitting here, and this is the side of my face, and I'm like, look at that manhole cover on my face.
And you're right next to Ryan Reynolds' face, so it's like, oh.
I'm sitting there going, I have to get that checked. Yeah, I never saw it that size. And I'm sinking into my chair, and my wife is digging her nails into my thigh. She's like, would you sit up straight? Kevin Kline is looking. So, yeah, it was sweet. So I can't watch myself. My wife watches everything. Yeah. And then if there's something she's like, like a monologue or something, she's like, I want to show you something. Don't do that with your eye.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
So here's my perspective. So, because I didn't watch so many of like the Top Gear thing, but we're going to talk about cars in a second.
I understand.
But on Nurse Jackie and that character Frank and Why Women Kill, you come across on screen in all your characters. Obviously, all of them are really different, but you just have such a genuine way, like just such a loving way when you talk to these women and you watch your interaction with these women. Like even in Why Women Kill, there were a couple moments where the wife, remember in the kitchen when she starts telling him off, it's like, why are you talking to your wife's not your waitress? If you want coffee, get up and get your own coffee. And it's a very funny, because the time period is the 50s, right? Where nobody would be saying that. Except for there's this woman who's saying it, and he's married to the woman. And it's just a kind of an awesome scene where you see, the rise up that's about to happen come the 60s, 70s, and 80s and beyond. Yeah. But your character, he doesn't shut her down. He just is really good at just that whole, let me handle this, get out of here. But you just have such a lovely way.
First of all, thank you for the kind words. And that was my dad.
Yeah.
My dad was a very big, Italian, just big force of nature kind of guy. But he always, there was a humanity to my dad that I didn't appreciate till I got older.
Yeah.
And I remember him telling me, he goes, listen, people fuck up. It's just what it is. And you're going to do. How do you want to be treated when that happens to you? I said, unless you're doing something on purpose, this is going to happen. Yeah. So you got to get people. He goes, never put somebody in a corner. He goes, even if you feel you're right and you have a position of power. And then he actually quoted this. He goes, you want to see what a man's really like? See how a person treats a server. Yeah, for sure. You give somebody power. Power reveals a man's character. Yeah. So even that little moment of how you treat someone in that social position. And then now if you love somebody, how can you there's always a power struggle. There's always a power struggle in any relationship. So my father would say this stuff, but then in his marriage, like when he was married 40 years, I go, what's it like? It's killing me, but I'm not giving up. She ain't going to win. There's that whole, and my mother too. It's like, Ma, what's marriage like for you for 40 years? Patience. I'm wearing them down.
Now so I'm also from an Italian family, and my grandfather, same thing. He was a very kind of, everybody loved him. And I don't ever remember him raising his voice or anything, but he was very gentle also. But it was funny because I don't remember him ever really yelling. But if something was getting crazy, right? There was 3 of us, 3 grandchildren, my grandmom and my mom and my dad. But he would just like say, "That's enough."
Yeah.
And everybody in the room would just stop. He would freeze. And that's all he had to say. And he was like, "It's enough."
Yeah.
And it was just so powerful. There wasn't a lot of screaming. And you're just like, I mean, that's, as you get older, you realize, people who are great leaders and who people come to follow are people who are quiet and deal calmly with things. Yeah, my father was, but your grandfather had a presence. Yeah, oh, yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
Enough. All right.
Yeah. Okay. And pee your pants a little.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But there's any kind of, my father was like the neighborhood shrink. I remember vividly when I was, he did kitchens and bathrooms.
What was his job? Oh, I was going to say, is that
he did kitchens and bathrooms. My grandfather was a plumber in New York, and my uncle and my father went into business together. But my father was very creative, and so he left that business, came out to Long Island, and did the whole thing: kitchens, bathrooms, design. Taught himself how to draw. Taught himself how to make people's. He amazing because they never went to school. So he would do all that creative stuff. And when he was working, I remember the office vividly. I mean, I would work and I would sit there, and all the neighborhood around 4:00 when the trucks came back, everyone in the neighborhood would come down, give my father a cup of coffee, sit on this side of his desk, and he would light up a Lucky and go, "What's the matter?" And they would just pour out this. Yeah. And my father would listen. Yeah. Dina, I'm 12, 14 years old playing with a pipe cutter, just listening to these adults. I'm cutting copper pipe, just listening to these adults. And my father just calming people down.
Yeah.
That's talking so about lovely. It. And the whole neighborhood came to see him. That's so lovely. And when he died, when he passed away, everybody showed up. Yeah. Cops, criminals, whoever could make parole was there. Yeah. And that was really nice. Wow. Yeah. To see.
So it's funny. So my grandfather was the same. He was a tile layer.
Right.
And carpenter. And he what was I gonna say? Yep. Something.
He was a carpenter.
But it was very funny because, right, so it took 2 generations, and then he had already passed, but my grandma was around when I started kind of doing performance things. Right. What did your dad, what you're doing now must have been so foreign, right?
Yeah, because I'm the first one.
What's
the construction workers and criminals? That's
I was going to say, what was the first thing that you did that he was like, this is...
First night on stage.
Really?
July 13th, 1988, East Side Comedy Club. Joey knows it. Jericho Turnpike. Wednesday night open mic.
Okay.
I get out of college. First of all, I'm the first one to go to college. And I thought I didn't want to go. My father goes, "You're going to college." I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "Because you can." He's like, "It's my job to give you a better life than the one I had. So pay attention because I'm tired and I'm running out of money." Okay. So I go to college. I come out and I want to go do this thing. I tell my mother, I'm going to do stand-up at this open mic night. My mother was the original Twitter. She told everybody. So the whole neighborhood showed up. So they sold out on a Wednesday night. It was this little room. So I couldn't. So I went on stage and I had stuff written, but I went on stage and my cousin or somebody said something and I just started making everybody laugh, talking to them. Before I knew it, the 5 minutes was up. I was doing, I didn't know what I was doing, but I got an applause break. And I was like, oh. And when it hits you.
Yeah.
And my family's very mechanical. My dad, he could fix anything. That's why I love cars.
Yeah.
Cars. So I never could do it. My job was to hold the light. So I couldn't. So I always felt less than until I did stand up.
Wow.
So I went down to his office. He was sitting in his office. I remember he had a Lucky and he looked at me. And he looked at me like, he never looked at me like that before. So I said, "Pop, I think I want to do stand-up." He takes a long drag off the Lucky. He's like, "Do it now. We'll do it now before your life gets complicated. But if you're going to do this, you give it everything you got. Because one day you're going to look in the mirror and there's going to be an old man looking back at you. You don't ever want to think, if I only tried that much harder." So he gave me permission.
Wow.
To do it.
And how old were you?
I was 21, 22.
Wow.
And I got that permission from him, so
That's
I could go
awesome.
and do it.
That's
But there was the
awesome.
fear. There was still the fear. Italians always have the fear of
Yeah.
my mother projecting her fear on you.
Mhm.
I'm cold. Put on a jacket. They just
That's
cut the cord
awesome.
yesterday. That's how close my mother is.
Yeah.
How about
so
you with your
nice.
kids?
Yeah, well, I mean, same thing. So Dean is 24, Jacqueline's
Right.
21. She's about to graduate. Dean graduated already.
Mhm.
And I'm probably the only parent in the world saying, if you're going to do stand up, live in the basement. Don't commit yourself to a mortgage. Don't commit yourself to anything. Like this is the time to take those chances, because I didn't know that I wanted to do stand. I feel like so many moons ago, I was Miss New Jersey, Miss America a long time ago, and spent the year kind of going around speaking, doing
Look at
all the
this
things.
little bridge and tunnel.
Okay, all right. And but I figured out that I could talk then. I never talked. I was very quiet.
Right.
I was more of like a observer of people.
Okay.
I love watching people. This sounded a little creepy, but
you didn't say I like watching people from the bushes.
Yeah, no, but I'm a people watcher. Oh, you guys know what that means. Anyway, but I feel like I knew that I wanted to do stand up when I was probably 23, but it took me 7 more years and 2 kids
Okay.
to finally get up the guts to do it.
Okay, so take me back. How old are you when you're doing the Mr. Jersey?
Miss America was 22, 23.
Okay.
And then I finished that. I decided to get my master's. So I
Good.
go back to school.
In?
Yeah, I don't want to brag here.
Good.
Gerontology.
You studied Jerry?
Yeah,
Jerry?
gerontology. It's old people. It's the study of old people. It's a whole thing. It's deep.
You can get your master's in that?
You can get it. It'd be like counseling. You can go into counseling.
I was saying, what's the end result of studying old people? Death.
Just,
You
it's
study
just
death.
Alzheimer's, just all that.
Okay.
So it's mainly just to deal with my mother. Now I never realized that.
Very good. And
So-
masters.
I have a master's. Yeah.
Check out the big brain on
yeah,
Bob.
yeah. So then I started making babies, got married, da 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 da.
Okay.
So I had just had Jacqueline, my second child, and I was turning 30.
Right.
And for now, I've done 40, I've done 50. A little uncomfortable, but 30 hit me hard.
Really?
For whatever reason, I was like, I'm gonna die soon. I should do everything I've ever wanted. And the only thing left I haven't tried is stand up. And so I got a comedy class for my birthday, for my 30th birthday. And oh, wait, I have something to show you.
What?
And I signed up for a comedy class at the Comedy Cabaret.
Andy Scarpati.
Andy Scarpati. So he sends me this picture last night. And he says, ask him if he knows what this picture is from. I don't know if I can show everybody this picture.
Wow.
I don't think so. Let me see if I take a screenshot of it. I might be able to.
Wow.
Do you remember this?
I remember. Yeah, that's Andy Scarpati.
Yeah.
That's Kevin
Let me
James, and the
see.
handsome one is me.
And the handsome one is you. Let me see if I can add it in.
That's good.
As an overlay.
She was Miss New Jersey. I was Misconception. Fooled you.
Let me see.
You know what my drag name would be?
No, what?
Antivirus.
Oh, wow.
Come give your
Okay.
auntie a kiss.
All right. I can't pull it up. But yeah, it was a
Me,
picture.
Kevin James, and Andy Scarpati.
Yeah.
That was, we started together. Kevin and I started together because we didn't have enough time to do college gigs. And we were, I was just out of college. So we didn't have enough stand-up time to do college gigs. So I would do stand-up, he would do stand-up, and then we did the improv games together because we could sell a show.
Yeah.
And that's
Well, that's what I told Dean and Jacqueline to do NACA. And I was like, you
Right.
two, neither of them have the time that they need. And I was like, Jacqueline goes up, you go up, you do something together.
Brother and sister. I haven't seen that.
I know.
Sell it, baby.
I know. That's what I said.
Sell it.
So what was I going to ask you? All right, let's talk about cars.
Okay.
So my car died.
What kind of car?
It was a BMW X3. I got it. I never buy new. It was like it was
Good,
an old
good,
car,
good.
and I knew it.
Don't buy new.
I
Here's
don't.
why. You can take a 46% hit. If you want something by certified pre-owned, a lease return.
Mhm.
Lease return is because they get limited miles on it
Mhm,
and spend the money for the extended warranty.
Really?
Yeah.
I always think that's a shim
No,
sham.
you don't want it. Well, the powertrain. Nobody gives a shit about the powertrain. You got to protect the motherboards in the computers because once they go, you're done.
No.
So spend all the money, even if let's say they charge you $1,000, fine, take it because when those motherboards go, the car's pretty much shot.
Yeah.
So that's
Now
what you want to
I'm trying to, and I'm going to see what kind of reaction this gets when I say it.
All right, go
I am dedicated to buying a plug-in hybrid.
No. Yeah.
Is that okay? You haven't.
How many cars do you have? Is it going to be your only car?
Yeah, I have a bike right now currently. That's why I didn't pick you up. Like normally, like if I had a nice car, you'd have been picked up like on time in a nice car.
Okay.
That didn't happen because I don't have a car.
All right.
So here's what I narrowed it down.
So you sent
to.
the kid. One of the kids gets the comp. The other one gets breakfast.
Yeah, exactly. They're good. They're good production.
The way what gas is just under $5 in California because of the taxes.
Yeah.
You don't want a straight electric because your range is shot.
I can't. No, I can't.
You know,
so I think
straight. The best you can do is 300 miles an hour, and you got to plug it in.
So I looked at
300 miles per charge.
Yeah.
So a plug-in hybrid. Okay.
I think it's good.
Okay. I have an old Buick. I got an electric 225, 1970 220.
Wow.
Huge. It's a dock fire on wheels.
Wow. Does it get like 2 miles per gallon?
Yeah, going down a hill.
Yeah.
So I got that. I got an old Mercedes and I got an old Lexus. But I was looking at a pure electric for me only because around LA.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're going to do that, fine. What kind of plug-in hybrid do you want?
Okay, so I'm going to name some brands to you, and I just want to see your face, your facial expression, because only a few of them make like good plug-in hybrid. Well, you could do a Toyota, but I don't think I'm a Toyota.
Lexus is nice.
Lexus has more hybrids. They only have like 2 plug-in hybrids.
Which
so
ones?
it's like finding a needle in a haystack.
Well, what's your needs as far as that? Do you need a wagon? Do you need an SUV?
I want an SUV. So I've gone through the Lexus. Did you know all 2024 Jeep Wranglers are all plug-in hybrids?
Yeah.
I had no idea. All Volvos, all plug-in hybrids
Jeeps,
now.
Wranglers, you want a Jeep? It's a rough ride.
I know, I don't think so.
Rough
but
ride.
I was like, so now here's where I am. So like, in the last 2 years, I got divorced, all my kids. I don't have the kids. I'm not taking anybody's soccer, So I'm like, who am I? Right? Like who? So I was like,
dog's back.
Maybe I'm like a Jeep girl. Maybe I'm cool and fun. I'm not. Maybe I'm like a Mini Cooper girl, but I'm too big. I can't fit in the car. So I was like trying on. My girlfriend just bought a Porsche, and I was like, but no, the plug-in Porsche is like $100,000. So that I'm not that girl. Like Tell me.
The Taycan wagon, the GT, the Grand. It's the Porsche Taycan, but it's the wagon, 120 grand. Straight electric though, 120.
Wow.
But,
so here's where I landed. So I went to look at and I would buy a Lexus if I could find a plug-in hybrid, but and the difference is the plug-in hybrids get like 56 miles per gallon.
Yeah.
A regular hybrid, like 36 to 40. Not awful, but I'm looking to, if I'm spending this much money, I need to save on the gas or whatever.
I get it.
So now I've landed on the Mazda CX-90.
Okay.
That face is not.
I haven't driven the CX-90. I didn't know. A lot of it's going to depend on your needs, your budget. Is it all-wheel drive here in the winter? Is it?
I don't know what you're saying.
Okay. Look at the RAV4.
I know, but it's not sexy. I'm 50 and I have
gray
hair.
RAV4.
I need it to be sexy. Nobody ever goes, woo, look at that hot mama in the RAV4.
Look at a RAV4 and wear something off the shoulder.
Nobody wants that. I might as well just get sensible shoes and walk around with my hair in a bun.
All right. Look at your budget.
It's not good.
It's not good. I just thought a RAV4 got good reviews for a plug-in hybrid. Lexus is the other one.
Lexus is beautiful.
The Mazda, the CX-9s, that's big though.
It is. It's a third row. It's a three.
But you don't need that.
But I have these 3 dumb dogs, and I got laundry. I have like an Airbnb down the shore, and I have to keep changing the laundry.
All right.
But I figured they don't have it in the smaller cars yet. So I figured, let me get the CX-90, see if I like Mazda.
What year do you
like Mazda?
I used to, the little Mazda, I used to get them all the time.
Yeah.
When my dad was ill, I was a member of Zipcar. Remember Zipcar?
Is that where you share cars?
No, you could just buy the hour.
Okay.
And you have a card, and there was a 24-hour garage, and they always had the Mazdas. So when my dad was ill, I was going back and forth from the city out to Long Island.
Yeah.
But look at the Mazda. Take it for a ride if you
I did like that.
So you've done your due diligence.
I've done my due diligence.
Get the car. Here's a nice thing. You could always sell it.
Yeah. Okay. So, Missy, can you please write what you wrote earlier about what Adam said to you?
Missy?
He's like, wait, what? So You know, you were talking earlier about your wisdom and
I
whether or
don't-
not
yeah.
you think you have wisdom
When
or
does it
not.
show up?
But you've said some, pretty wise things today. But apparently, you did a comedy festival during the pandemic, online, perhaps. Mhm. I'm glad it really stuck with you.
I did.
And but
It's all a blur.
my girlfriend Missy is
Missy.
a comedian. She's very funny.
Hello, Missy.
And she was at the conference, and you were speaking at the conference, and you said something that really stuck with her. And when I was telling her you were on the show today,
Mhm.
she said, "Oh my gosh, I just love him." He
Aw.
said the best thing at this conference, and it's always stayed with me. And she wrote it earlier,
Okay.
but we were talking about something else. Yeah, he was part of a panel of comics. The thing that he said that really resonated with me was not to feel bad about where you are as a comic right now.
Yeah.
Like just being able to, not feel
Yeah,
like you have
don't-
to compete with, I'm not as good as this person, or not as good as this person. That you can just kind of be.
This is the one
comfortable
thing
where you are.
that I suffered from, that I had to, not only took me a while to first identify what it was
Mhm,
and then come away around it, but where you are is not who you are.
mhm.
Where you are is just where you are. And there's value in knowing where you are, because if you don't know where you are, where do you want to go?
Mhm.
I want this, and this. Where are you now?
Mhm.
It's because there's no, if you know where you want to go, but you don't know where you are,
Mm.
then how do you navigate it? So you got to identify where you are. You got to realize it's not who you are. Don't internalize it. Don't
Mhm.
blame yourself for it,
Mhm.
and just plot a course to get there.
Mhm.
And realize you're gonna. At this point in my life, it's almost over. At this point in my life, I realized there's no great healing. There's no big thing. You're not going to wake up and everything's fixed. It's
Yeah.
just self-correcting. It's like flying a plane.
Yeah.
A plane is always off course.
Yeah.
Flying is just
Mm.
adjusting it, re-navigating it.
Did you always know, like when you started comedy, like did
Yeah.
you always know that you wanted to do television and movies?
When I first did stand up and I got that,
Mm-hmm.
I went, I belong here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how long I'm going to be able to stay,
Mm-hmm.
but I belong here for now. And then when I got my first sitcom, I auditioned. I went out to LA to do the Tonight Show for stand up. And my agent at the time put me up for, you go out, you audition for stuff. And I got it. So I did a stand up. I did a sitcom.
Mm-hmm.
It was called Flying Blind with Taya Leone and Corey Parker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I played the guest star. And I didn't know, Dina, I didn't know anything. Just nothing. I
But
was
you
making-
seem like a natural. I bet it was so good.
But that was like, oh, I want to do this. So I took an acting class because I wanted to learn how to do this. And then I learned how to do drama. And then I got my first, I think it was Law and Order. I had to cry in that friggin' scene too.
A lot of crying. They're like, this guy looks like he knows how to cry.
Yeah. So I had to do that.
Perfect.
So, but then I got the drama. So it's good and it's bad because I've done, Top Gear, all this other stuff I've done,
Mhm.
but it's not like, oh, I didn't know he was the stand-up. People come see me like, I didn't know you were. I said,
Isn't that funny?
what did you think was going to happen here tonight?
We weren't sure. We just thought you would talk about cars
Yeah.
or firemen.
I was going to do donuts in
That's
the parking
really
lot. What did
funny.
you think was so? Missy, where you are is not who you are. What are we doing now, dogs? What do you
Adam
mean?
Ferrara, what is your Super Bowl choice to win?
It's going to be a low-scoring game, I think. The Niners secondary isn't what everybody thinks it is, and the Chiefs secondary is better than you think. So I don't want to go against Mahomes, but I think Kansas City is going to win by a field goal. However, I want Brock Purdy to get some respect because he's really he's worked hard this season. So I don't know how the Niners are favored, to be honest with you.
I
It was
don't.
I got it at 2.5.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's all right. You drive a plug-in.
Wait, I don't have the clip. If I could show you the clip, I'd be
What?
super
What's the
producer. So we had this morning show, right? And one
Yeah.
day we're talking, and Dean used to do the open to the show, and he
Right.
would kind of be like the co-host. And so one day I mentioned a football pool, and I was like, "Is anybody doing a football pool?" And he was like, "What's a football pool?"
Dean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, I love to lie to my kids. From the time that they were younger, I love it. And I said, "Oh, Dean, a football pool is when people like there's a football game, but then you have like a pool party at the same time, and then like however many people like are in the pool at the end of each quarter, they count up how many people are in the pool as opposed to how many people are outside of the pool, and then they look at what the score is, and if that's close to the score, then the people would win. But there's like a lot of different blocks." I made up the most elaborate lie, and he was like, this doesn't make any sense. And but he was like, he goes, I want to believe you, but I feel like you might be lying. I go, guys, and I literally, and at so many points, I thought he knew I was lying.
Mhm.
So I'd start laughing when he turned around, and then he'd turn around and goes, "But like, are there floaties in the pool?" I'm like, "Yes, of course there." Like, I was just like, "Well, let's keep going." It is I have to show you the clip after the show, but it is literally the funniest thing ever.
That's funny.
So yeah,
So he's not a football fan?
he is more now. But
After
I
that
think
conversation?
after the football pool,
You're not a
happened.
football fan?
I like to jump in at the end where it's like the Super Bowl. I'm like, yeah, let's get the guys in the green. Like, I'm like, what's the nice color?
Okay.
I'm like that.
All right.
I'm like, who were you in high school? So like,
God, I wish I knew.
Like, what group were you in?
Here's the thing.
Don't say you weren't in a group.
I wasn't. I
Stop
wasn't
it.
a jock.
You're lying.
I wasn't a stoner.
No.
I wasn't a preppy. We had those
No.
guys that would dress.
Okay.
I wasn't. But I did. I
What did you
floated
do?
in all the groups
No.
because I was funny
No.
on the school bus. I was funny so I wouldn't get beat up on a school bus.
Okay. These
So-
are lies.
No,
What
they're
did
not.
you do after? What was your after school activity?
I would rest a lot.
Did you play sports?
Yeah, I played sports. I played baseball.
Okay.
And then I was in a band. I played guitar. I was playing guitar to get girls, and I learned just enough. I learned
So you
enough bar band guitar to get girls.
You were a sports guy.
Not really. I played.
You just said you played baseball.
But I didn't play on the school team. I played for St. Hughes, St. Elizabeth. I played for the church league, so I was just in little league, and then that ended, and then I started playing guitar, and then.
So were you in the marching band?
No, there's no guitar and marching band.
There is, because I played the glockenspiel on the side next to the guy. You don't listen.
Look, maybe in Jersey.
In
But
Jersey,
in
there'd
Long
be the
Island,
bass
it's
player and the piano player. All right, so you're in jazz
Yeah, a
band?
marching band piano player.
No,
Yeah,
they gave me a glockenspiel.
Uh-huh.
I had to play the glock. I was a piano player by trade, and you can't play the piano marching, so they gave you a glockenspiel.
Okay, and so the football pool is in the deep end?
Stop
or
it.
in the-
Listen, so who did you play the guitar for? Jazz band?
No,
Concert
I didn't. I
band?
wasn't in any band. I was in a little band. My friend Larry played the drums. My other friend played the bass.
So
And
you
we
did
just-
no school activities.
I did the morning announcements. That's what I did in school. Me and my friend Jimmy did
Oh,
the morning announcements, and
course
we were
you
funny.
did.
We didn't know everybody knew us. We were just two loners that kind of. He's the chief of police now. He's the chief of police.
So the two guys
in
that did the
Southampton.
announcements, one's a comedian and one's
The chief of police in Southampton.
Were you a nerd?
Here's the thing. I didn't think I was a nerd till I got married, and then my wife went, "You're a nerd." I thought I was Steve McQueen. Then I realized I'm not even close.
Huh.
Yeah. So I wasn't. I never really fit in school. Even in college, I never fit. I went to Marist College in Poughkeepsie.
Okay.
Freshman year, we started another band in freshman year, bar band guitar. Did that, and then sophomore year, I woke up and I realized that's when the veil is lifted,
Yeah.
and you're like,
Mhm.
this guy's an alcoholic. This guy owes me money. He's going to OD any
It's a
minute.
lot,
I
yeah.
got to get out of here.
Yeah.
And I wasn't working. I always worked, Dina.
Uh-huh.
So I went to. It was about 2.5 hours from Long Island. So, and I had a car. I always had a car.
Okay.
And I always had to work. So I drove home and I went to work at the Woolman Fence Company on Long Island. I was driving forklifts and digging holes and putting in fences on the weekend to have money in my pocket. So college just became a pain in the ass.
Yeah. What did your degree in?
I have a BS in finance and I have a master's in geriatrics.
You have a BS in finance?
I can't balance my checkbook.
I was going to say, you
call up,
don't
I go,
scream
"That's-
finance
that's
guy.
close."
What did you want to be?
I wanted to be free of this all of it. No, I went, and my father. I got out. Dina, I got out of college doing the ballerina. My grade point average was a 2.2, baby. My mother was crying because I was the first one to ever graduate from college. My father
Aw.
shook my hand like this. Congratulations. You bullshitted these people too. Get in the car. And I went on a stage.
Funny.
I went on a stage
So
right after that.
funny.
Yeah.
No clue how I stumbled across this. Love that guy. Haven't seen him since Rescue Me.
Hello.
He's been doing a lot of stuff since Rescue Me, so I'm
Yes.
glad you found him, Leslie. So listen, that is our time for today, everyone. Let's talk about all the places you can find Adam Ferrara. If you have not seen Why Women Kill, you should go see it right now because it's absolutely fabulous. You have your podcast going. Where
Adam Ferrara podcast, 30 Minutes You Never Get Back, wherever you get your podcast. Go to my tour page at adamferrara.com. Come and see me live.
Mm-hmm.
What do I got coming up? I did a movie with I got a little movie with Vince Vaughn. I'm in the opening scene of this flashback movie with Vince Vaughn called Nona's.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great.
Nona's like grandma?
Like grandma Nona. Yeah. And it was funny. I think that, there's the opening scene is a flashback scene. So it's like the 70s. So I'm up in the 70s, and there's a 59 Plymouth Fury, and that's my car. So I'm polishing the 59 Plymouth Fury. So I don't know when that's coming out. We
All
get
right.
right before the strike.
I also have a movie coming out.
What do you got?
But I don't know when or what it's called. But
historical porn.
It's historical porn. No, I played a newscaster, but I haven't heard anything. It's been like a year and a half. So,
Okay, what's the name of it?
These are all great questions.
Okay, was this shot in a hotel room? And they said, "We're going to light it. It's going to be done tastefully. Lift your leg." Is that what they said?
I think it looked kind of real. Yeah. I've never been on like a real movie. Well, I was. But I don't know that you'll ever see it. Mm-hmm. It's behind a paid wall.
What? What? It's called Dishonorable Discharge. It's a war movie.
Yeah. So it'll be great. I just wanted to feel like cool like you because I didn't have a movie.
Look for her cruising in her Mazda hybrid.
Yeah, and my Mazda.
Third row, saving money. 56
Okay.
miles a gallon.
Joey Cola. Yep. Make sure you check out.
Hey, man.
His show coming up April 7th as well. So let's hear it for Adam Ferrara. It was so good. Even though we picked you up an hour late, you did get a great meal. Hopefully.
I ate. It was lovely. I ate.
Good. I'm glad.
I had coffee.
There's Joey Cola giving you all the hearts. So thanks for watching, everybody, on this special edition Saturday of One Funny Morning. If you enjoyed the show, you can find us here every morning around 8:45.
Support this lady. She's very nice.
Very nice. Almost as nice as Joey Cola. Look, Joey Cola's website got up there too. Michelle, the sexy producer Michelle is on it.
Is that sexy producer Michelle?
Yeah, she's the one that told you the wrong time.
I didn't. I was just standing. My life's a drug deal.
So
the phone rang is like, go to Philadelphia.
Somebody's gonna pick you up.
I was walking in a Whole Foods yesterday when this call came in. I got my headphones on. I'm walking in a Whole Foods. I need sauerkraut. What time?
I'm so sorry.
All right, I'll be up.
So sorry.
It's fine. We worked it all out, baby.
Good. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you. We'll be back here Monday morning, so you get a day off tomorrow. Enjoy the Super Bowl, and thanks for watching. As always, have a great day and a blessed day, and we'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.